Three zoom lenses. You can only pick one. Which one would you take and why? Today I'm looking at Sigma's Art Series zoom lenses. I've got the trailblazing 28 to 45 f1.8 DGDN. I've got the popular and refined 24 to 70 f2.8 DGDN Mark II and the versatile 28 to 105 f2.8 DGDN. Three amazing lenses, but again, if you only had to pick one, which one would you pick? First up is the Sigma 28 to 45 f1.8. In a word, this lens is groundbreaking. It's the world's first zoom lens with a constant aperture of f1.8. That is a prime feature in a zoom lens. What most people love about this lens is at f1.8, you can keep your ISO low and still get clean images. Also, at f1.8, subject separation is really good and is on par with a lot of fast primes. It is also built like a tank with weather sealing and internal zoom and focus. That means the lens won't trombone when you're zooming in or out. For someone working with a gimbal, that is a great advantage. However, the 28 to 45 millimeter focal range is not the most versatile. It might be ideal for some photographers who don't mind staying close to their subjects or not having the 24 millimeter wide angle. It is a unique and creative lens, but it's not a do-everything type of lens. You would still need another wide zoom or prime lens to complement it. Next, we have the Sigma 24 to 70 mm f2.8 DGDN Mark II. This is the second version of what many consider to be a definitive standard zoom. It's an all-rounder, from capturing wide shots at 24 mm, group shots at 35 mm, and you can get some really good portraits at 70 mm. With this lens, Sigma addressed feedback from the first version, which had to do with size and speed. It is smaller, lighter, focuses faster, and has meaningful but subtle improvements like a locking aperture ring and the two AFL buttons. It has no optical stabilization. I guess Sigma were relying on the in-body stabilizations that we find in our cameras today. This is a lens that balances versatility, quality, and handling all in one package. It is popular for a reason and a safe bet. Lastly, we have the Sigma 28 to 105 f2.8 DGDN. Traditionally, if you wanted to shoot at that longer reach, you'd have to settle for an f4 aperture. This was Sigma's attempt at providing that one lens for all your photography needs. No need to carry a set of prime lenses. At just under a kilo, the 28 to 105 is not light and the zoom ring is a bit stiff. Starting out at 28 mm means you lose the wide 24 mm, but what you do gain is a bright, extended zoom range. That longer reach is a real asset when you're shooting at events or in situations where you can't physically move closer to your subject. Image quality is great, autofocus is fast and reliable even with moving subjects. So we're back at our original question. If you had to pick one of these three zoom lenses, which one would it be and why? It comes down to anticipating your photography needs. If you value low light capabilities and you don't mind not having the 24 millimeter focal range, then the 28 to 45 millimeter f1.8 is the lens for you. If you need more reach and versatility, then the 28 to 105 might be the lens you need. If you're looking for something that's reliable, versatile, and something that's popular, then the 24-70 is the lens you would go for. Ultimately, your choice needs to be guided not just by the optics, but how practical this lens is for you. As a wedding and events photographer, I would love to have just one lens that covers everything. And as ideal as the 28-105 sounds, I would probably feel the weight after 8 hours on my feet. The 24-45 has a limited focal range, especially when you shoot in small spaces or you need those wide group shots. So I would pick the 24-70mm lens, as I can get the wide 24 and I can still push it to get the 70mm portraits if I had to. But I'm keen to hear your thoughts. Which zoom lens would you pick and why? What do you shoot? As always, like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you.